Hello everyone, welcome to the new session in module 2, that is resource management. Module 2, resource management. In this, today we are going to discuss about ownership cost of construction equipment. We will discuss about this. Okay, before going into the ownership cost of the construction equipment, what we have discussed in the previous class? In the previous class, we have solved some problems based on the productivity of the construction equipment, right? In this class, we are going to discuss ownership cost of the construction equipment. So, what do we mean by ownership cost? Ownership cost is the cost which we can consider here is the cost initially we need to purchase or procure any equipment which is related to construction. Okay. This ownership cost includes number one, initial capital cost, and number two, depreciation cost. And number three, investment or return. Or we can say interest. Okay, and the fourth one is we could consider insurance, tax, and storage cost. In ownership cost, we are going to consider initial capital cost and depreciation cost, investment or interest cost, and insurance, tax, storage cost. Because if you want to buy any equipment, initially we consider only equipment, isn't it? Or if you want to buy a car, we will be concentrating on purchasing a car or getting the car from the showroom to the house. But in that process, there are certain extra elements involved. That is where you consider as initial capital cost. In that cost, the cost which will be considered as X showroom cost, isn't it? That extra or X showroom price will be again added to certain extra features when it comes to the showroom. Or if you want to buy from the showroom to the next stage, you need to pay certain road tax, isn't it? So, same way, if you want to invest certain amount, if you want to buy any construction equipment, the owner has to pay certain amount or the owner has to invest certain amount. Instead of investing in this particular equipment, he could have invested any other place where he could get better return or where he can get better interest, correct? So, initially what he is doing, instead of investing somewhere else, he is going to invest in by procurement of any particular equipment. Where in that place what happens, we are going to invest. Investing means we are losing certain amount. Obviously we are getting certain equipment, but before getting some equipment, we are going to losing certain money from our pocket, isn't it? So we are losing it means that can be initially, that can be considered as initial capital cost. Okay, that initial cost can be considered from where the equipment or the machinery starts, or from the factory we can consider. From the factory it is started, it has booked. To reach that level it has to be shipped, right? The transportation cost is also involved in the initial cost. Once the transportation has done to the operating site or where the contractor's yard which the equipment is reached, at that moment directly you cannot use it. You need to do certain assembling of that particular equipment, and once the assembling is done, you need to do certain erection works for certain different equipments. So considering where or the point when the equipment is ready to work, till that point, start from the factory, it is considered as initial capital cost. And next is depreciation cost. What do you mean by depreciation cost? Once we procure any machinery or equipment from the manufacturing unit or from the showroom, as the year passes, the value of the equipment or the vehicle keeps on reducing as the year passes. So here it is a fixed thing based on the standard equipment, but this depreciation depends on the deterioration of the equipment, how the equipment or the condition of the equipment, or at what extent it is in working condition, or at what extent the wear and tear is happened on the surface of the equipment. Based on that, the deterioration cost can be calculated. To calculate that cost, we have certain 3 or 4 extra methods within this deterioration. Will come in detail in the deterioration. Let us understand what is investment cost or interest cost. So investment, as I have told you here in the initial capital cost, we need to invest certain amount into the procurement of certain equipment, isn't it? So in that particular point, what we are going to do, if we have some initial capital with us, we are going to directly invest it. If not, what we are going to do, we will be borrowing that money from so and so financial person, correct? Or from the bank, we are getting loan from the bank. So just imagine, we are getting the loan from the bank means we need to pay certain interest amount to the bank also. So that comes under profit or loss, or the cost which we are going to consider for the procurement. So not only we are going to pay interest, we are going to get the equipment to the working site, and that particular site, are we going to productively use that material? If it is not, because as the year passes, that material value also reduces. So we need to extract the amount what we want or what we have using to procure that equipment. The same amount has to be achieved from the getting the work done from the equipment. Okay. And the last one is insurance, tax or storage cost. Once you are getting the instrument or equipment to your particular area or working site, means the equipment has to pay some road tax, otherwise equipment will not be allowed to move on the road, right? So firstly, we need to pay some tax to that particular equipment. That also comes under ownership cost itself. And next, insurance for any vehicle, because it may get into any kind of accident. It might be fire accident, or it might be accident any other object. In that case, we need to have certain insurance to claim it. That also comes under ownership cost itself. And the last one is storage cost. What is this storage cost? Once we acquired the instrument, we need to have certain storage area or place to keep it safe, right? So if we are going to pay any rent for that, again that is also comes under this ownership cost. These 3 costs are, it will not be having much of variations, but in the depreciation cost we cannot have it as year passes, because depreciation will be based on the number of years used or the efficiency of the equipment or the deterioration of the quality of the equipment. Okay, let us understand or let us know how to get this cost, that is depreciation cost. There are four different methods which we generally use. Four different methods which we generally use. In that, number one, straight line method of depreciation. Method of depreciation. And the second one is declining balance. Second one is declining balance method of depreciation. Third one is sum of the years or summation of the years. It is also considered as digits method. Digit methods of calculation of depreciation. And the last one is sinking method. Sinking method of depreciation. Last one is sinking method of depreciation. The first one, that is straight line method of depreciation. In this method, we are going to learn how the value of the equipment reduces. There are certain formulas to calculate standardly. In using those formulas, we are going to solve certain problems to calculate the deterioration cost or the depreciation cost of that particular equipment. Okay. In this, what happens? The very easy method of finding depreciation cost is this, that is straight line method of depreciation. What happens in this method is, it is considered as for every year the same percentage of cost is depreciated. That means to say, suppose some 1 lakh rupees of equipment you purchased means for every year it is considered as some 5,000. 5,000 if you consider for 1 year, the same 5,000 will be considered as for the second year, third year, fourth year or till the lifespan of the year. That is the line or considered as straight line method of depreciation. There will not be much variation. For first year also it will be 5,000, for second year also 5,000, third year also 5,000. Same way it keeps on continue with the same direction. Let us solve one problem so that you will understand how does it calculated. That is number one, straight line method. In that problem number one, a company purchased an equipment whose first cost is 2 lakh rupees. 2 lakh rupees with an estimated life of 10 years. The estimated life is given as 10 years, full stop. The estimated salvage value estimated salvage value of the equipment at the end of its lifetime is 25,000, full stop. Determine the depreciation charge and book value at the end of various years using the straight line method of depreciation. Okay, so this is the question. Using straight line method, we need to calculate what we need to calculate. Determine the depreciation charge and book value at the end of various years. At the end of because it has given 10 years of lifespan, estimated life of 10 years. Okay, purchased equipment whose first cost, initially it has purchased the equipment for rupees 10 lakh and which is having life of 10 years. The estimated salvage value of the equipment at the end of the lifetime is 25,000. What is salvage value? Here it is clearly telling salvage value of the equipment at the end of its lifetime. That means to say, if I have purchased the equipment that is in 2020, if I want to sell that equipment at 2030 after 10 years, I am going to sell that equipment at the cost of 25,000. I am very sure that after 10 years I am going to sell it for 25,000. That means to say, now it is costing 2 lakh rupees. After 10 years, definitely I can sell this for 25,000. That is the salvage value. After so and so period, what is the value which I can be sell this equipment. So now we need to calculate what? Depreciation charge and book value. For that we have a formula, that is depreciation charge can be considered as dt. For dt we have formula is P minus F divided by N. What is this P? P is initially purchased value. P is equal to 2 lakh rupees. Initially purchased value. And what is F? F is salvage value. Sometimes instead of F, somebody can write SV also, salvage value. What is salvage value? 25,000. What is N? N is number of years given, that is lifespan, 10 years. What is T stands for? Here it is D for depreciation. T stands for the time in terms of years. T, if the T is equal to 1 means at the end of 1 year what is the depreciation rate. Now let us calculate. P is 2 lakh minus 25,000 divided by N is 10, which will give us 17,500 rupees. 17,500 rupees. For this we need to draw a table. First will be time t in year, time t in year, and next will be depreciation, dt, and next book value bt, t is time, book value can denoted as in terms of b, the formula for that is b t minus 1 minus dt. That means to say, if you want to calculate book value of second year, let us consider t is equal to 2, second year t minus 1, that means say 2 minus 1 should use here. Okay, let us solve this. At the initial stage, that is 0, first initial year, what was the depreciation? Initially there will be no depreciation. After 1 year only depreciation starts. Okay, and the what is the value you purchased? 2 lakh. For 2 lakh rupees you have purchased. Next, if you move on to first year, what was the depreciation in the first year? Consider t is equal to 1 here. In the first year, what was the depreciation you found? 17,500 in terms of rupees. So 17,500. What is the book value at the end of the first year? Book value of the previous year minus depreciation of the present year will give us book value of the present year, that is at 1. So 2 lakh minus 17,500 can give us 1,82,500. 1,82,500. Because this is a straight line method of finding depreciation, this will remain same for every 10 years, or how many years if you consider, for that many years it will remain. If you consider 10 years, for whole 10 years this will remain same. That is why this method is considered as very easy method to understand the depreciation. So just if you deduct, you will get this value. Again from this, if you deduct, you will get the next value. Same way, if you calculate everything, at the end you will get at the 10th year 25,000. At the end of the 10th year you are going to get 25,000. The values are coming on the screen, just observe. Okay, let me erase the next method of depreciation. The second type of problem we will solve now, that is declining balance method. Okay, the problem is a company has purchased an equipment for 1,50,000 1,50,000 with an estimated life of 10 years. The estimated salvage value of the equipment at the end of the lifespan is 25,000. Determine the depreciation charge and book value at the end of various years. The end of various years using declining balance method. Declining balance method. What is the information provided? The company has purchased an equipment for 1,50,000. So initially it has spent 1,50,000 with an estimated life of 10 years. So the equipment is going to work a lifespan of 10 years. The estimated salvage value of the equipment at the end of the lifespan, that is at the end of the 10th year, it could be 25,000. Determine the depreciation charge and book value at the end of each different or various years. So total 10 years are there, right? So in those 10 years, at every year, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, every year what is the depreciation charge and what is the book value, we need to find out using declining balance method. Okay. Consider 0.2 for consider 0.2 for K value. 0.2 means it is 20% of depreciation is happening for every year. For every year it is percentage wise 20% is happening. Okay. So now let us understand what is given. The initial value, that is P, is given as 1,50,000 rupees. Next, F, salvage value, is given as 25,000. Salvage value F is given as 25,000 rupees. And next, N is equal to given 10 years, number of years as 10 years, and constant K is given as 0.2, that means 20% depreciation. Okay, these are the information provided. The formula we know is dt, depreciation in terms of years. T stands for 1, 2, 3 or in terms of year. Let us consider T equals to 0. What happens? Formula is K into B T minus 1 is the formula. B is the book value, T minus 1. T stands for number of year. If you consider 0, again 0 minus 1, it will not be available because starts from the first year, right? So we should go for T equals to 1. If you go T equals to 1, what happens? dt is equal to K is given as 0.2 and what is BT minus 1? Initially he has given directly 25,000 depreciation, 25,000 for every year. Okay, 1,50,000 minus 25,000, which is the given value 25,000. So what is the answer in here we get? I think 25,000 is the answer. 25,000 rupees for D1. For D1, where we consider T is equal to 1. Same way, let us calculate BT, that is BT. What is the formula for BT? BT minus 1 minus DT. So when T equals to 1, B1 equals to B1 minus 1, which is equal to B0, I can write, minus dt, that is minus dt. What is B naught value? Initial value? Initial value would be 1,50,000. 1,50,000 minus dt is 25,000. It is equal to 1,25,000 rupees for B1. Same way we should calculate for, same way t equals to 2, t equals to 3, like that we should calculate till 10 years. Okay, let us write a tabular column, then we will be understanding. End of year, that is in terms of t, and next depreciation dt, and then book value bt. To calculate dt, what is the formula? K multiplied by bt minus 1, bt minus 1. Same way to calculate book value, bt minus 1 minus dt. Okay, now what is end of year? Let it be initially 0, will not be depreciation value, it is considered, and here it is 1,50,000. 1,50,000. And next, when you move on to 1, move to 1, just now we calculated what was the value for 1, this is 25,000 and this will be 1,25,000. Same way if you want to calculate when t equals to 2, d2 equals, what is the value? K constant, that is 0.2 multiplied by 1,25,000 minus 25,000, which will give us 20,000. So that 20,000 I should write for 2 here. So 1,25,000 minus 20 is what? 1,05,000. So this was the previous year book value, and for the second year this is the depreciation happened, and this is the present, that is second year book value. Same way if you want to calculate for third year, it will be D3, again 0.2 multiplied by, instead of 1,25,000, now you should use 1,05,000. 1,05,000 minus this 25 will remain constant because it has given declination at every year. You will get 25,000 as the salvage value. So if you solve this, you are going to get 16,000, and that 16,000 is D3. You should write it here, 16,000. Again this minus 16,000 will give us 89,000. 89,000. Same way you should calculate for 4th year, 5th year, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10 years you need to calculate. Okay. Once you calculate, see the calculated values are available on the table. Just observe for every year, start from 1 to 10 years. Okay. This is how the value will be changing from straight line method to declining balance method of depreciation. In this method, that 0.2% of constant will be there for every year, and that will be considering for just previous year. Suppose first year book value, what was the available amount? For that amount you need to again deduct the constant, that is 0.2% of depreciation. You need not to consider one particular value throughout the year. You should consider keep on declining the percentage. Okay, that is the difference between straight line and declination or declining balance method. So let us move on to the third method of the years, that is third type. In this type, a company has purchased an equipment of 1,50,000 equipment for 1,50,000 rupees, and salvage value at the end of its life span, salvage value at the end of its lifespan is 25,000. Life of the equipment is 8 years. Determine depreciation charge and book value at the end of various years by sum of the or summation of year method. In this method we need to solve. So what is the information given? A company has purchased again an equipment of cost 1,50,000 initially, which is having a salvage value at the end of its lifespan 25,000. Life of the equipment is 8 hours. What is the difference we are having here is, let us write down given information, that is P is equal to 1,50,000 rupees and F, that is salvage, is 25,000 rupees, and next N, number of years, is 8 years. So what we need to do here is, first we should calculate, as the name itself says, summation of years or sum of the years. We need to sum the given period of years, that is 8 years means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 8, which will give us 36, or we can also calculate or n into n plus 1 by 2, 8 into 8 plus 1 by 2, which will give us 36. Okay, so start from 1 to 8 year means the depreciation will be starting from the first year start from 1 to 8 years, that is 8 by 36 in the first year, again, or 7 by 36, 6 by 36, one by 36. See, it is going in the reverse order, right? So now let us consider it as a table. This is year and this is rate. What is the rate of depreciation? So first year, this is the rate of depreciation. This is the second year, third year, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. As the year passes, the depreciation value reduces, but in the initial age it will be more rate. How to calculate? Again we have a formula, that is dt is equal to rate multiplied by P minus F. Rate multiplied by P minus F will give us depreciation. Again T stands for number 1, 2, 3 consecutive years. Now same way, book value BT is equal to BT minus 1 minus depreciation value. Previous year book value minus present year's depreciation value will give us present year's book value. So now how to calculate this one depreciation? For first year, what is the first year's rate? 8 by 36 multiplied by P. Initial value how much? 1,50,000 minus F, salvage value 25,000. So depreciation in the first year would be 27,778 depreciation in the first year. So if you calculate book value for the first year, previous year it was 1,50,000 minus the 27,778 will give us B1 is equal to 1,22,222. So this is how the depreciation and book value will be calculated for the whole 8 years. Now if you consider if you want to calculate D2, that is second year, instead of 8 by 36 it will become 7 by 36. 7 by 36 multiplied by the, instead of 1,50,000 you should write, okay, let us solve that also. I will solve here itself. For the second one, D2 is equal to, rate is 7 divided by 36 multiplied by, for P instead of the first one 150, whatever the previous value you got, that one you should use 122,2 minus the F value will remains constant, that is 25,000. If you deduct this, you are going to get 24,305.5 as D2. Now for B2, previous value of BT minus 1, now 2 minus 1 is 1, the previous value was 122 minus 24,305.5, so B2 will be 97,916. So same way 3, 4 till the 8th year you need to calculate. The calculated values are there on the table, you can just observe the values. So this is how the third method, summation of the years method can be calculated, or calculated the depreciation values. Okay. The sinking method of depreciation calculation is bit lengthy problem, that we will be doing in the next class. Okay. Thank you.